So I actually don't have to yell, we're using OBS because we're not editing, because I get to just have a picture behind me this time. This is going to be put everywhere, mainly, of course, YouTube. But I'm not going to clip it like I do for... I am going to clip it, but it's only going to be this for TikTok and Instagram, because I don't want to give out these spoilers, because they most likely are going to be accurate. And I believe they will be. So basically what happened is the guy that revealed basically everything about Endgame on Reddit, I think it might be still up on Reddit right now for all this stuff. He is at it again. And if you don't like spoilers, of course, this is why I don't want to clip the middle of my discussion talking about what's going on and putting that up just on a random TikTok or Instagram or whatever. Because I don't want to ruin anything for anyone that doesn't want to be spoiled. I don't care to be spoiled. I don't really care. If it's a huge spoiler like Sixth Sense where it changes the whole movie, yeah. But like me, I think I knew about Mjolnir happening before Cap getting Mjolnir, and it doesn't change the feeling you get watching it. It doesn't. I'm sorry. For me, a lot of people are crazy. Not crazy, but a lot of people are nuts about. They want to make sure they don't hear nothing about it. So I get that. So if you don't want to hear nothing, make sure you guys leave and don't hear nothing. But yeah, I mean, this helped me out with Iron Man 3. I didn't go in mad about Mandarin. I enjoyed the movie. People think I'm crazy. I enjoyed the movie because everyone so hated the Mandarin part, but there was a lot bad. I won't lie, but that's for another video. Yeah, so basically the guy that leaked all the very valid information of Endgame has come out and leaked for Avengers Doomsday. Now, we only have the 4 trailers: Professor X seeing the incursion, Thor praying for help, Steve Rogers with his son, and the Thing meeting with Shuri and Namor for whatever. That's all we have. And CinemaCon had a trailer, but it was not able to get shown to anyone. People that try to record it got it deleted or whatever. So a lot of stuff what happened has been lining up with what people have been saying, what they saw in the trailer. But I'm going to break down what he all says, and it's changing a little bit of things that people already commented from leakers that said it'd be true. So you can leave now. Appreciate you stopping by. Or go to YouTube and check out the rest of it. Okay? And yes, I like the fever. Sorry, I didn't realize I had my fever hat on. And I'm not the demographic, I guess, I've been told. But yeah, go on to YouTube to watch the rest. Now, for all my YouTubers that are here. So there's been a bunch of different things that have come out, and I'll go back and say which ones that we've already heard. Basically the opening is still the same from what I'm hearing. I have it noted down. So soon after, there's several scenes of the X-Men fighting alternate versions of heroes, dealing with incursions. The X-Men have a bomb that destroys the rival planet. The X-Men win all the confrontations, including the one with Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire universe. Deadpool and Wolverine and other X-Men are shown defending their worlds. I remember seeing Iceman, Colossus, and Jean Grey, who are killed. Now, I remember hearing rumors that people were killed. I didn't know who. If it's Jean Grey, if they use Femke, whatever her name is, from the very first trilogy, it'd be really weird. And she's Jean Grey. How you kill her so easy? I don't know. And it says people are dying, so I don't know. Does that mean Toby dies? Does that mean Deadpool, Wolverine die? I don't think they'd get rid of Deadpool. They definitely wouldn't get rid of. I think it'd be really lackluster to get rid of Wolverine that fast too. But this has been a rumor already. This has already been around. This has been said. It's just a little more detail about the people that died: Iceman, Colossus, and Jean Grey, who are killed. I can see that happening, just showing stakes are rising in the beginning, but everywhere has said this is the opening of the movie. This guy's going to drop out a lot of things that aren't really important, so just major points is what we're going to see. So then we see a sequence from the final scene of Avengers Endgame, Tony's funeral, from a different perspective, with Steve Rogers going to in the past and talking to Scott Lang about consequences of time travel and remaining in the past. Scott was the only one who knew what Steve was going to do. This is huge. So this scene, they're re-releasing Endgame, and I think that scene will be maybe added into it. People have said that Endgame's going to get re-released. I think they already announced it. for the theater again, but that's going to add more scenes to it. So I believe they'll have that scene in there. So that might be what we saw. So soon after the Fantastic Four universe appears, we finally get to see the family. We see Doctor Doom, and we discover that Steve and Peggy are there. So that went with early rumors that Loki supposedly moved Steve to live his life better, but in a different universe. Because all he wanted to do was be with Peggy. He was cool with leaving everybody behind. And that was the rumor. This is not in concrete. All this isn't in concrete, but this is what people went off of. So that's why supposedly Captain America is in their world, to my knowledge. And this is kind of going with that. And I think he knew he was going to mess up time, but if he went to a different reality, maybe it would change. Then next we go to 616. We see Sam's life and his Avengers training at his house, which is weird. I don't know if he has a huge ranch or what. Then we are seeing the Thunderbolts minutes before the post-credit scene of the movie, fighting thieves, and then Mel, isn't her name Val? Mel appears guiding the group in Avengers Tower. So it's interesting to me that they're going to introduce Sam's team. They don't say who it is, but I already assume that we're going to get Shang-Chi on it. The Thunderbolts. I don't know anything about the Marvels yet. Don't know anything about Hulk yet. I think they're saving them. I don't think Spider-Man's going to be in it yet. Holland, I should say. Yeah, so I don't know. So they all appear in the Avengers Tower together, the Thunderbolts, and I believe that's where Sam comes in. The two groups are worried about a threat coming from space. So this has to time with Thunderbolts, with us seeing the Fantastic Four coming from space. I don't know when it would happen, though, because they just saw the spaceship coming. So would they walk in right after that? I don't know. So they're worried about something coming from space. Doom is on the ship with Steve Rogers and the Fantastic Four. They meet with the two Avenger groups to ask for help. There's a lot of discussion, and they head to Wakanda because they need a mastermind to deal with the incursions. Shuri asks Namor for help, and he joins the group. So this sounds like plausible. This sounds like this could actually be lining up with other people have said. Again, some of these things are already hints that people said, but there are things that have changed what people said were going on. We know we saw Shuri meeting with Namor already. Someone could take this apart and just say they made up their own things with looking at the trailers and stuff. But the thing about this guy that posted, you could go on his old clips and he literally, like, scene by scene, talked about Endgame, how it starts off with Hawkeye and his family getting blipped out and just moving along. It's crazy how much he knew. So this is why I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but I kind of think this guy knows what he's talking about. He's kind of an insider that leaks, I think. So they go to Wakanda, and it cuts to Thor and his daughter, and Love warns Thor that there's a threat coming. She's been having nightmares about Doom and the incursions, about the end of everything, and everyone will die. Thor gets worried, returns to Earth to the new Asgard, where we see Valkyrie taking care of Amor, and I'm guessing Love is going to be called Amor. And Thor goes to Wakanda to find everyone else. So it makes sense because his daughter kind of linked with Eternal. Was it Eternal? No, he's an Eternal. But what's his name? I can't believe I forgot his name. I'm mad right now. I'm mad I'm doing this live right now. Love, Thor, name, or Celestial she connects with? Eternity. I'm not even looking. Eternity. So she's linked to Eternity now because he resurrected her in that movie. I hate that I'm not going to edit me being so dumb, but I don't care. So that makes sense. This is something new that has been brought up. This is something new. It makes sense. So this is why Thor's kind of like on this mission with his, young girl now. His little adopted daughter is at risk of, she thinks everybody dying. So that's how Thor is going to meet up with the group, and I think it's going to be a really Thor-charged movie. I'm excited for that. I like that idea. It's a weird we're not having Iron Man in this world, but we're going to basically get him with DC. But so between that, he says a lot happens that doesn't really get mentioned. He just kind of goes there to the point where they split into 3 groups, and I've heard this too as well. One goes to the Fantastic Four universe, another the X-Men universe, and the other to the TVA. Steve wants to go there to talk to Loki because it was Loki who sent Steve to the Fantastic Four universe. So this lined up again with the first rumor and spoilers, or rumors. I shouldn't say spoilers because we don't know if this is spoiling yet, but I'm giving everybody fair warning. I'm sitting so stupid right now. I don't care. Yeah, so the rumor was how Steve got to go back in time and hide, basically, was through Loki. Now, how did he come back as old Steve Rogers at the end to give the shield? No idea. This doesn't explain anything. So could this be wrong? Possibly, but it seems like it's a right way to make... We're going to have a reason why he's back in time and no one saw him through the timelines. And he didn't affect our history. There has to be something. But people still remember Cap, so it's just weird. It's all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, as Doctor Who fans would say. But I did read that theory that Loki was the one that places him. Now, when would he have talked to Loki? I don't know. Loki died in the beginning of Infinity War, so he had to talk to the Loki that lived and is in the Loki series. So there had to be a point where he came across him. When? I don't know. So basically, then the Heroes Plus Doom, the group that goes with the Heroes Plus Doom, go to the X-Men universe for a confrontation with them. When spaceships arrive on the X-Men's Earth, Nightcrawler suddenly appears inside and attacks the heroes. There are some great fights. Cyclops destroys Sam Wilson. I don't think he kills him, but I think they say like Cap shows what's up. Cap has been getting his dues lately. We got him in the cartoon getting his dues. In Rivals, he's going to be getting his dues. So they say destroys him. I'm guessing he just whoops the crap out of Sam Wilson. He never took the serum, man. You're just a dude. Just a dude in vibranium suit. You're basically Batman. Yelena corners Mystique, and Shang-Chi has a fight with Gambit. So this was all seen at CinemaCon. This guy could have made all this up and just added it onto it, but people saw this on CinemaCon. So either could be giving him more credit because he's adding it in, or he's just taking it and going along with the flow and explaining his own story, but adding that into it. But again, I kind of believe him because what he's known before. So Shang-Chi fights Gambit, we know that. And Yelena fights Mystique, and Mystique turns into Yelena. We've heard that. Not Cyclops fighting Sam, though. That's interesting. Then Monica Rambeau appears. She's sick from living in another universe. A lot happens. There are many conversations. So I'm guessing one of the big things is who's going to stop them all from fighting and get together. It has to be. That makes sense. For Rambeau to come in the middle going, wait. She came from another universe. She knows what they're talking about. I'm sick from being here. Or I'm stuck in X-Men and I'm sick. There is something going on. So I think that sounds plausible. That because Sam Wilson had Monica in his world. So to me, it sounds very, very plausible that happens. Because what's going to make them stop fighting all of a sudden? You know? Like, who would walk in there and just stop these guys from fighting? The X-Men and these Avengers fighting. It's crazy that we're supposed to get Avengers versus X-Men for a long time, they thought. But this is, I guess, our only taste we'll get. Because I doubt we'll ever get to go back to what they wanted to do a long time ago. But anyways, that makes a lot of sense. Monica Rambeau being the one that goes like, whoa. Like, let's stop right here. So that team, I believe, is the Avenger team that goes to the X-Men universe, which I believe is the Thunderbolts and basically the two Avenger teams, because we know the Thunderbolts are now the Avengers with a Z. And the Fantastic Four goes to their universe with Doom. Or no, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I know, yeah, the two Avengers go to the X-Men universe, and then the other group, Steve's group, is going to be with, I believe Thor's going to be with him, because he wants to see Loki, and Thor's probably like, what's up, Loki? And a lot of rumors were said Doom tears up the TVA, kills everybody and kills Loki, and everyone was really bummed to hear that. But I'm pretty sure this is saying not, so people are hoping this is true. There are several scenes in the TVA with Steve, Thor, and Loki. We have a beautiful reunion with the brothers. Everybody wanted this. I mean, it's crazy to have Loki die like a million times, but it's just crazy. But to have him finally see him, and Loki's so redeemed by this time, he's really going to appreciate seeing his brother. I think it'd be a beautiful moment. But it's completely destroyed, and a flashback shows Doom fighting Sylvia. There have been rumors that Sylvia, if you watch the Loki series, she's basically a variant of Loki, a girl variant, basically, that she sacrifices herself for Loki. That's been a rumor as well. So there's flashbacks of fighting Sylvia, TV agents Mobius, which would be weird to have Owen Wilson in it for just a second, and B-15, I think that's the girl's name, appear, but they are killed by Doom, and Loki does not die. So they make it known that Loki does not die. So that's kind of a different shift in what the stories we've been getting. After discovering that Doom is the villain, Steve and Thor return to the X-Men's Earth and confront Doom, who reveals himself as a true villain. So I'm guessing Doom went with the Captain America team, but that means Doom would have been fighting the X-Men with him. I'm guessing, if this is true, I'm guessing Doom and Fantastic Four go to the X-Men universe to be like, we need to pick up the Avengers or whatever, because there's no mention of Fantastic Four fighting them or anything yet, because that group was the Fantastic Four universe. Because where other universe would they go to? Maybe they're going there looking for answers. So they go to confront Doom, and he reveals himself to basically be, I'm getting ready to create my own world. It is one of the most insane action sequences I've ever seen. We will see several robots leaving a department and heading towards the X-Mansion, all controlled by Doom, and the heroes fighting against Doom and the robots. Now, there has been rumors about the Sentinels, and that's why we see the image of the Professor X trailer has Cyclops dropping to his knees and blasting away. There have been rumors that he is fighting a Sentinel to protect the mansion. This holds up with it. Again, could he have added this just to make his own story, or is that literally what the other people that are on set and read rumor or saw the rumors or read scripts or whatever, leaked it out, and this guy actually has the full story? I thought Doombots were going to be involved, like planted in different places, but if Doom isn't from their time, it makes sense that he wouldn't have Doombots, and it makes sense that he could control with his magic the Sentinels. So it'd be Sentinels. I'm guessing if they say big robots, it's going to be the Sentinels. And we learned, I forgot what movie it was. I think we learned that maybe it was in the comics. We learned that like every nation like has Sentinels like below the surface. Like if things went wrong, it was something crazy. I think it was during it wasn't Civil War. It was Wolverine vs. Cyclops. I forgot what it's called, but I think that's when they learn it, when they go to the Senate and go against it. So basically a huge fight happens. Gambit, Thor, Steve, and Cyclops and Namor all go against Doom, 5 against 1. They say it's crazy. Doom kills Nightcrawler and Mystique. So that's an easy way to get rid of them. We know they're not going to continue the story already. Alan Cummings did mention in an interview that he couldn't believe he was fighting with Pedro Pascal, like fighting against him. They made him quickly take that back, and he said, I might have not understood what the scene was or whatever. So I don't know if he was fighting with him, against him, but this could be around that area. If that is true, lines up with what he said. They're all there at the same time, but I don't get why Reed isn't fighting Doom, why it's only these, and where are the Avengers at? I guess maybe they're all fighting the robots, but I guess they all take it to Doom. So we got Steve, Cyclops, Thor. Oh man, just going to be seeing Steve and Cyclops together is going to be raw if this is true. Steve, Cyclops, Namor, Gambit, and Thor. Gambit's the odd one in there. So I guess Nightcrawler and Mystique must try off the bat and they get killed. Yelena asked Bob to try to fight. This is where it gets good. And I've heard a little bit about this with Bob. I'm a big Sentry fan. Where's my Sentry tattoo at? He's right over here somewhere. You can't see it, whatever. He's right there. Sentry's right there. So Sentry is trying to get talked into get involved. Because they're like losing, and Yelena's like, dude, we need help, SOS. So Bob tries to fight. Sentry goes after Doom, who, after taking a beating, loses control and the Void takes over. So that's nuts, because there can't be, Sentry just can't be the endgame. pardon my Avengers French. He can't just be the endgame, because like Sentry has stopped Hulk in the comics to a standstill. He didn't win. Hulk at his strongest didn't beat him. Sentry at his strongest didn't beat him. They just kind of slam into each other. But Sentry, he could take out some people. I don't know how strong they're going to make him the MCU, but this is a good point to show him how strong he is. And we saw how well he did against the Thunderbolts. But I mean, when he fought the Thunderbolts, it was like they made the super soldiers all weak. I feel like in Thunderbolts, like U.S. Agent should be a lot stronger. They all should have been like they're holding some men at one point. Winter Soldier, U.S. Agent, and Red Guardian. I'm like, you're all super soldiers. Why are you having so much trouble? Did you get like the diet serum? Like, did Steve get the authentic good stuff, the good steroids? So, anyways, yeah. So Sentry puts up a good fight against all them and Thunderbolts, but kind of he just plays with them, I guess. Just totally bends the vibranium shield, which is awesome. But we've never seen him go against a real threat. That's the biggest thing. So him against Doom, I don't know his level, his power level, how strong he is, but the Void comes out. And then I did hear that at some point the Void comes out and he can't control it. And he loses control. Void takes over. Void attacks the heroes. Xavier desperately tries to stop him by entering Bob's mind. Xavier is killed by the Void. Professor X dies. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Probably about 5 times dying, right? About 5 times dying, something like that. He dies, but manages to control it. Other characters and extras die. Now I don't know who the extras are. What they mean by that? A beating loses. After taking a beating, loses or after. Oh, I'm reading the Void part again. Get your head together. I'm just excited about this. Other characters and extras died, but these are the most interesting ones for now. So for what he could reveal, this is what is happening now. And I did hear the rumor that Professor X was going to go into Bob's head once Bob, either all the Avengers together were fighting the X-Men, and because again, you're not going to be able to stop Sentry. At least the level threat they've made him against some of the X-Men from the Fox universe, he could probably take out most of them. And Professor X, I mean, that's kryptonite going into his mind, but I think the problem's going to be the Void's going to be too strong in his mind, and Professor X isn't going to be able to handle it, and he's going to die. And that has been a rumor forever that Professor X goes into his mind. And it kind of reminds me of like him going to Scarlet Witch's mind, but it's going to be a little bit rougher because the Void is super dark, and he's really trying to avoid Sentry because of that Void. After several events, so things are going to happen after that. Steve and Thor confront Doom, who reveals his plan, saying that he needs Reed and Sue's son to create a world. So we knew that was coming. We knew that was the hint at the end of Fantastic Four. But clearly, he doesn't go there just to take the kid. He goes there probably to gain their trust. In an interview with Pedro Pascal, they asked him how are him and Doom are going to be together, because they're basically long-term enemies, long life enemies, and every version of Doom and Reed. And he said something along the lines that you're going to expect, you're going to be like kind of like shocked about how much they're going to be tangled together. So there's got to be some kind of history or something going on that is going down with that. And these are things coming out from the actors in interviews. So this isn't just what is leaking out of here. And this just hit like a day ago or so, I think. So Steve and Thor confront Doom. He reveals his plan. Doom then captures Franklin from the ship that was being protected by Herbie. I guess Herbie was protecting the little boy. I mean, I don't know if that would have been the smartest idea, but Herbie is his caretaker. I think when Galactus comes down, isn't Herbie with him at the time? So yeah, Herbie is controlled then by Doom, and it ends up becoming his servant. Kind of weird, but I just think he would kill Herbie and let it go. But I think future-wise, Fantastic Four probably want to keep Herbie in the story. But again, we're going to have Battle World coming. So Battle World's going to come, and everything gets basically rebooted anyways. So then a portal opens, and Doom enters it. Steve goes with him. So I don't know. This is what's crazy. This is the part that I haven't really heard, that Steve goes with him. I don't know if he's just has his back against the wall. Like, if this is true, is his back against the wall? Or something's in balance where he needs to help him get there to make sure Peggy stays alive or keep the incursions from not happening. But yeah, it says Steve goes with him. They go to Doom's universe, the same as the Fantastic Four. So Doom is from the Fantastic Four universe. If this is what they're saying is correct, Doom is from the Fantastic Four universe. So reading him will have some history. There will be something going on. They have to. There's no way you could do Doctor Doom and not have Mr. Fantastic. That's why I didn't like Doom only coming at the end. I just wish there was hints through Fantastic Four. But he's from the universe in this spoiler, and I believe it. 100% believe it. He can't just come from somewhere else. So they enter. They go to Latveria. We see a castle and all his servants, all dressed as witches. And this is a huge thing in the comics. He has a ton of witches. He's very magical, very mystical. Doom is not to be messed around with. Let's just be real. Doom tells his story to Steve. So he's going to reveal everything of what happened, how he learned what happened, and what he plans to do now with these incursions. And it might have been because of Steve. Like everyone says, the rumors have been Steve is the reason why these incursions may have started. I don't know. We go to Multiverse of Madness. They're happening. They say it's Doctor Strange's fault. And Clea tells him, incursions are happening. It was a really weird ending that we got no answer for, but I think we're going to get it. We got the end credits of Shang-Chi were about the beacons and Miss Marvel, Hulk, and Wong. I can't remember, but they can't figure out where this energy is being directed from. A lot of things are pointing out to these little breadcrumbs they laid. I hope they all pay off, but it looks like something was happening, and I think it is because Steve Rogers went back in time and he screwed it up. I think everybody said it. I don't want to say I kept saying it. Everybody said, well, how does he go back and nothing happens? There's ramifications. Iron Man said it. Tony Stark, I was say Frank. Tony Stark himself said, you mess with the future and it messes with you back, or you mess with time and time messes with you back. 100%. So it ends with that. Doom's going to tell him the story, basically what led him to where it is, and this will be the end of the movie. And so far, this seems like a decent pattern of how a movie would be done. Big fight, talking, this happens, this action, then this person dies, and this one. It seems like the beats are hitting. And then we discover the big shocker at the end is Doctor Strange is already by his side. He's already by Doctor Doom's side. And he's been an ally with Clea with him all along. So that's where it ends. So basically, we learned that when Clea and Doctor Strange went on their little adventure, somehow they got to Doom and they learned all what's going to happen. Now, Doctor Strange knows that sometimes things have to go the way they have to go to make it work. Just like endgame with the Soul Stone, or the Time Stone. Could he have solved this with the Time Stone? I don't think so. Because it's multiple realities and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to say that. That's how he knew he had to go along with this. But I do know in Battle World, when he erases everybody's minds and changes everything, Doctor Strange is like his right-hand servant, right-hand man. He's like his mage. And it's all very Renaissance, Very cool vibe. I recommend everyone go read the Secret Wars, the reboot, basically, the new one. It's very fun. Battle World's crazy. Read all the Battle World tie-ins. They're really fun reads. And then that's where we're going to get Secret Wars, where all the Battle Worlds are going to be there. And eventually, I assume, just like the comic, there's a few that are saved. A small few that are saved from the incursions. And when Battle World gets made, they show up there and they're going to have to convince everybody and fight back Doom and take it back over. I don't know how they're going to do that in all in one movie for Secret Wars, but it'll be interesting. Doom, I don't think has enough time to really been built up. This was a Hail Mary because of the Kang situation. Just to throw Doom in out of nowhere, it's kind of hard. They didn't plant the seeds. Kang, we already got him in a couple movies, and we got him in Loki, we got him in Ant-Man. But yeah, that's the big thing at the end is Doctor Strange is with them, and that sounds like it'll end with him sitting at the throne, with Doctor Strange and his world coming together and either seeing the baby led to him or whatever, and he's gonna change the world. And if you read up to Secret Wars comic, Strange is left with Molecule Man and Doctor Strange, and basically like God, some entities like who wants to take over this new creation, this new world, and Strange doesn't want to have that responsibility. Molecule Man just shuts up, but Doom is like, please, please, I was born for this. So basically, I think it's gonna be that kind of situation where Doom is like got a chance to take over something, or he knows how to do it, and that's gonna be when he tells Steve the story. And yeah, everyone has to just fall in line. It's gonna be nuts. Is this 100% correct? Who knows? That's why I'm giving spoilers. Does it sound like this could be a thing? 100%, 100%. And the people that are not in it make sense, like Spider-Man and stuff. They'll take place in Secret Wars. A lot of other characters aren't in here. Miss Marvel, that they've been rumored for Secret Wars. Star-Lord has been rumored for Secret Wars. They're all not in this at all. There's a lot of characters that people thought were going to be in this and not, but this makes sense. So I don't know. You guys can be the judge. We'll see when it comes out. If you guys listen to this whole thing, I'm super excited. If this is the story, I'm so excited. And the fact that Steve has to just kind of go back, and basically he's going to probably end up being his prisoner. And who knows? Is he going to erase memories in Battle World like he did in the other one? And where Visible Woman is his wife, and their kids are his kids now. Like he lies to them about everything. Who knows? I don't know where it's gonna go. There's a lot of different things that it could go with all the different ideas from the comics, and they do their own spin on it. But I'm excited. This is getting me excited more for the other leaks that came out, and for the other actors saying different things, and for this giving more explanation of how things are happening, how Professor X dies with the Void, and how Cyclops is on the lawn, and how Gambit and Shang-Chi fight, and then everyone fighting Doctor Doom lines up with stuff with CinemaCon. I don't know. So you guys be the guests. Be my guest, I should say. And see what you guys think. Let me know if anyone does watch this. Cool. Watch my other videos. I talk about superhero stuff all the time. I try to do other things, but I somehow end up going back to superheroes all the time. But yeah, definitely I want people to comment because I want to talk to people. I want to talk to people. I'm an old man that has no one to talk to about superheroes besides a camera right there, and that's about it. But thank you guys if you did watch. Hopefully this is true because it sounds phenomenal. If it's not true, oh well, we're still gonna have fun, right? So either way, it may be wrong, may be right, but it sounds like we're gonna have fun. So see you guys. I'll talk to you later.